everyone, Geeks here once again on the MineSaga server at the Western realm, standing here in front of the lovely mine sign. I'm not going into this mine on screen today. I went yesterday and I managed to make a nice amount of cash. You'll see that my balance is 5.6 million, although I did die and I lost my pickaxe, so I had to get another kit, and yes, that's a bit sad, but it's a risk you take when you go into the mining world, is that you can get yourself killed. Luckily you don't lose the cash that you've already accumulated through mining, which is great, but it is a little bit of annoying. Luckily I had some pickaxes and spare pickaxes, so I can still go back in there when I'm ready. One mine I did want to show you though quickly while I was on screen is, and you'll see that I've got 141 XP, and that is because I went to warp mine, which is different to the mining world, and you'll see there is a heap. I may freeze a little bit here because this area seems to be a little bit tough on my computer. You see all of this coal, which is pretty cool, and when you go mining here, and I've got a multi-pix which does a 3x3 area, oops, pull down there, you will see all that XP. There's also coal. I'm not getting much in here because it's all dropping to the ground. There's coal. See that I'm starting to collect the coal. So this is where I got my XP from. Now this mine is about to reset, and when it resets I'll also start getting chests appear as I mine, and inside of those chests you can get some XP bottles. So that all adds up to you being able to get some very good XP. If you need the coal, then that's great as well. I've grabbed some coal so I can do some smelting at my island, which was great, but for the most part I just sell it because you don't need much of it. It's actually not even worth almost selling it. Like, I got quite a bit yesterday while I was getting this XP, and when I sold it I only made like 13,000. It's not worth doing this for the money, but it is worth doing this if you just want a little bit of coal and you don't want to spend the money to get it, or if you would like to just get some XP up. You can see that once you get up into higher numbers, your XP doesn't grow as quick, but definitely it enables you to get some XP if you want to do a little bit of enchanting and bits and pieces like that. But I thought that was kind of handy. Just a couple of things also that goes along with the ranks is that you do get some additional perks by having ranks, and you'll see that with mine I have things like feed, which you'll see that my hunger's down a bit. If I go feed, my hunger's sated, but I can't use it again straight away. So if I go feed again, I have to wait another 5 minutes before I can use it. Another thing I also have, you'll see my pickaxe is a little bit broken there. I can actually go fix, and it's fixed that, or I can go fix all and it will fix everything in my inventory. So you'll see that it then fixed the pickaxe that was to the far right that I wasn't holding in my hand at the time. So that's kind of a cool couple of things that makes life a little bit easier. It means I don't need to worry about food, and I also don't need to worry about my items breaking. Well, I still need to keep an eye on them because it's quite amazing how quickly they can break without you noticing. So this is kind of just a cool little thing if you need it, especially when you're starting off on your island and you just need some extra resources. So we will go to my island now, and what I have started to do is started clearing out my island. So this is just one chunk that I've cleared out. I've still got the rest of the chunks. I'm now regretting getting the biggest island because now I'm clearing it out. I'm like, do I really need all this stuff? I really don't. Now I have all of this to clear out, but that's cool. Doesn't take long. I have again the multi pickaxe. I'll probably go to the exploding pickaxe in order to clear it all out, saying I don't really need all of these resources. One thing I do is use hoppers to collect all the stuff. Over in the corner here, I've started preparing the area for my Cactus Farm, so it's going to sit over here in the corner. I'm using the terracotta and the stone bricks just to identify chunks, so I know when I'm building within a chunk, because it's very important that you keep to your chunks, because you need to be inside of a chunk in order for it to for things like cactus and plants like that to grow, which is again why we've got gigs sitting here keeping this active, which is good. Now, crate keys, I opened my normal crate keys yesterday. I had a little bit of luck, plus I spent a little bit of money in getting hoppers. So I just wanted to show you hoppers and my cobble gen there. So one other thing we have is blocks. And blocks converts all of those into blocks and takes away the need to manually do it inside a crafting table, which is absolutely wonderful. So, as I was saying, I opened my crates, got a little bit of lucky, won a couple of hoppers, and I brought a couple of hoppers off the AH. So, these hoppers, I've got a tier 2 and a tier 1 there. I don't yet have a void chest. A void chest is a chest that you can place on the ground and add a hopper to, and it will instantly sell anything that is sellable that goes into there. So with the hoppers, last year we used to get hopper charms and used to have to go into a hopper menu and turn them into hoppers. Seemed like a pointless step you didn't need. They seem to have eliminated that this year. You just, when you win a hopper, you get the hopper straight away, and that's perfect, exactly what you want. If you mine up your hopper, so if I, excuse me, losing my voice a little bit, if I mine up the hopper, and sorry, if I put the hopper there, anything that gets dropped in the chunk, you'll see you can't even see that. It goes straight into the hopper and into the chest, which is wonderful. If I mine up the hopper, oops, we won't do it with that. If I mine up the hopper, you'll see that it instantly went back into my inventory. So you don't need to worry about losing that. Now this is what I use when I'm clearing out my chunks and I'm doing all this mining, because all I can do is mine away to my heart's content, and the hopper and chest is collecting all of the items. And you'll see that when, oops, again, not that one. We won't move that one just up to there, just in case, because if I break that around here, it's going to break all these blocks, and I will end up with lava and water and mess. So you can see that you just need to mine it, and you can't even see the items drop, and that is because they're in here. So this is if you can have one of these set up near your cobble gen, it's a really good way of not losing things, and it doesn't even give the items a chance to go into the lava and burn. So you see the cobble gen will give you all sorts of different things. At the moment it is only giving me cobble and stone, which is not very friendly. Oh, there we go, we've got some coal. Redstone. Now when you do your first cobble gen before you've done your island levels, you're only going to get stone, cobble, coal, and the odd diamond. And I don't even know if I was getting iron. I might have gotten the odd piece of iron. But as you up your island level, and you can see I've only got a 3.4k island level, I've got my deliveries and placed a couple more sponges and end portals. But I am now getting redstone. I'm also now getting emeralds in here. So the more I up my island level, the better my spawn rate will be off the special blocks. Not only that, but I will also start to get things like solid emerald blocks and solid diamond blocks, which is super, super handy. But I'm not at that point yet, so that's where we're at. But definitely, if you can get yourself even just a tier 1 hopper, it just makes this process so much easier. And again, while I purchased a couple off the AH, tier 1s and tier 2s you can win through the crates. So I do have some crate keys. I've got my vote keys there that I need to open. However, one thing I also wanted to show you was the key shards. So we talked about the key shards the other day, and you can see these are the hoppers that I've both won and purchased. So we talked about these the other day, and I now have enough to get an advanced key shard. So all I need to do is go shards, I think, shards, yes. Place my shards into here, press escape, and I've got my advanced key and the leftovers. I may have covered this off in the last episode, can't remember, never mind, we're doing it again. So that means I can now go into my crates, and I have an advanced key. So let's see if we can win something good. Ta-da! We won fly. I don't need fly because I already have fly. My alts already have fly. All my alts also have the basic buckaroo rank as well. But this is actually something that we can sell or we can give away. I tend to give these away. I hang on to any ranks and perks and island expansions. And if I see anybody new that I would like to give them to, I just give them away. I think it's a nice thing to do. I'll quickly open my vote keys while I'm here. We won a cosmetic slime arrow trail. Already got a few of those. 140,000. And we won a basic key. So you see that even though it said that I've won a basic key, it doesn't show it there. It is there. If I go out and I go back in again, there's my basic key. And we got 32 gold blocks. Yeah, not the most stunning ones. But if you didn't have fly, that would be fantastic. You'd be over the moon that you've just done that. And I got that just for doing the vote list and clicking on those 3 links and going through and voting. It's just such a simple thing to do, helps support the server, lets other people know that you enjoy playing on the server, and if you don't already have fly, it gives you I think about 10 minutes worth of fly. Let me see, it did have someone up here who voted that. There we go. So they got a vote key, they got a basic shard, they got temporary fly, which again I think is about 10 to 15 minutes. They got some player points, and so you see my player points was up to 30 now. And yeah, so I think, and I think you get some money as well when you vote. So it's all good things that will help you out and also supports the server. I think it's important to support the servers that you play on, because that's the people that work on these work really hard, and I think they deserve the support. So let's pop that into my vault. As you see that I've won a few god tags. These are all from my crate keys. So it gets a little bit crazy on these things, but these will all give me more things to give away when I'm ready to do so. So another thing I wanted to show you off today is the auction house. So I did briefly look at this the other day, and you can see we have all the different things. So the only part of extra I wanted to show you on here was how you get the things that you win on here. So if we go into here, we'll see we've got some hoppers and bits and pieces in there. See, tier 1 hoppers at the moment are really cheap, 250k, and you can get 2 of them. 1.4 mil for tier 2s. They seem to be a little bit more pricier, but you know, when you're starting off, well, someone's got 2 tier 2s for $1 million. That's a lot cheaper. So that's 500,000 each. That's not bad. I don't need any at the moment, otherwise I would definitely buy those. But you can see they're relatively cheap. So being able to, you go to the mining world for about 20 minutes and you can be able to buy yourself a couple of these easy peasy if you're not winning them through your K keys. The other thing I would really like is a minion, but as you can see, the minions are a bit out of my price range. 15 million, I've only got 5.7 million at the moment, so it's not going to do me much good. 20 million, 35 million, and 55 million. 55 million is just a little bit out of anybody's price range at the moment, I think. Generally, I do find I start off slow. It takes me a while to win my first minion, and then I tend to have more than what I need later on down the track, and I start selling them myself. But in the meantime, we'll keep looking and see if we get any bargains on there. It pays to check the AH every so often because you can, again, get some really good deals. Some people will pop things up there. Sure, spawners, there we go. Oh, that's a spawner. Someone's selling 10 blaze spawners for 6 million. I don't have any spawners yet. I'll probably need to spend my 5 million to get my first spawner so that I can start getting some of that set up and get the drops set up to make myself some money. But the thing I wanted to do, and I'm just having a quick look to see whether or not there is anything. It's where people are selling all their oh, these are going for, well, I say they're going for this. People are putting them up at this price. Doesn't mean anyone's actually buying them. So you look at that one there, it expires in 10 minutes because they wanted 100,000 for a dab spray. So obviously that's not going to sell, it's overpriced. You do need to be realistic in your pricing on the AH. So let's go into farming. People are selling some cactus. That's just a bit overpriced for cactus. I can buy it cheaper from the store. Do be very careful. Sometimes people put stuff in here for quite high prices, and then you go into the store and you could have gotten a little way less. So do be very careful. Now that's quite a good pickaxe, but I think I will do my own enchanting in order to get my pickaxes. What I'll do though is I'll jump in here and I'll get this tier 1 hopper. So we'll purchase the tier hopper. So I can, at this point, if I want it, I can escape out or I can go decline or confirm. So I'll go confirm and I've won it. So you might think, ooh, there it is. That's actually the one I already had in my inventory. So I haven't got 2 in there anymore. It's not there. If I go back into the AH, and I go into auction profile, so click on my auction profile. I've got 3 options here. So one's to see what my active auctions are, 1 auctions, and expired auctions. So active auctions, if I had anything up for sale on the AH, it would show here. Expired auctions, if I had something up on the AH and it didn't sell, then it would come here and I can claim my item back. And in here is my 1 auctions. So you can see here, this is where I bought some of my tier 1 hoppers. And you'll see the collectible, it says collected. So I've already collected those. If we go over to my new one, it's collectible. So that means I can click and I can collect it, and you can see it's now gone into the hopper. Now, I'm not quite sure why they've done that. I mean, having the history of your items that you've won is nice. Being able to see that you won it is nice. But quite why you have to go in here to collect it, I'm not sure. Maybe people were losing things because their inventories were full or something like that, not sure. But either way, there it is. So I think we'll leave it at that for today. We've sort of bounced around a couple of different things with the XP mine, the auction house, the cobble gen, and the tiered hoppers and bits and pieces. While I'm off camera again, I'll try and clear out all of this stuff. So that we can start building, try and get a start on the cactus farm in the corner so we can make some money. But I just want to say thank you very much for watching these episodes. I really appreciate your support, and I hope that if these early episodes aren't as exciting because I'm doing a lot of talking around how things work, things like the auction house, XP mines, the crate keys and things like that, I'm hoping they'll get a little bit better as I go on and we start to build things and I get to show off the builds. I'll also do a little bit of visiting around other islands so we can see what other people are doing on their islands. So thank you once again for your support, and you have a great day.